Louisville, home of the best scrapper, also home of the best rapper. Flow dapper, here's another chapter. Ride through, attack you, ride away your laughter. This is what I'm after, blowing on that rapper. Purple Dro, keep a bunch to blow. I don't serve it though, murder flow. If it goes down, I'm the first to know. Y'all niggas late, like the Conan show. Overdose, overload, sharp flow, leave him with the open throat. Lewis Keys, cool as Nova Scotia snow. Puff a blunt, poke a hole, nigga, you supposed to know. Lewis Keys, blowing blunts on the open road. Fuck a cop, fuck a speed limit, drive overdose. Keep a bad bitch, hips wide like Oprah's nose. And you know that I'm a fool, my freestyle's wet, I'm floating in the pool. You should pay your tuition, you're going to my school. Principal keys, you niggas getting held back. Fuck them little sacks, you can have your bread back. No refund, well here the G's come. Hit your ass up, leave you with your fucking head crack.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Cardinal Red, and we are back for another one. Alright, y'all, so let me get ready. Let me check the audio and everything, make sure everything's good and gravy. What's good with everybody today? Hold on, yeah. Give it a second to load up her. Alright, so we working. We working with something. Alright, y'all, so the past week has been crazy as a Pacquiao fan. Well, the past couple months has been crazy as a Pacquiao fan. You know, with the build up to the Errol Spence fight, it not happening. The Jordan's Ugas lost. Pacquiao saying he might retire. Pacquiao now running for president. A lot going on, a lot to try to keep up with, man. But the latest news now is that there was a interview with Manny Pacquiao. I think about 3 weeks after the fight with Jordan's Ugas, so it'll be about 2 weeks ago. What's good with you, Ryan? I'm gonna get to it, man. I'm gonna get to it. So about 2 weeks ago, there was an interview. It was as soon as Pacquiao got back to the Philippines, and he gave an interview to a Philippines news source. And during this interview, he said a few things regarding his boxing career and whether he was going to continue. And now there's some conflict between Team Pacquiao and Manny Pacquiao on whether he's actually retired. So last night, Why Not? You know, one of the subscribers, Why Not? He mentioned this piece of audio, and I went and got it. It didn't take long. You know, he sent it to me, but I went and watched the video last night, and I want to play for y'all what Pacquiao said. If there's any viewers that are here right now that's from the Philippines and they actually speak Filipino, you should be able to understand exactly what he said. But unfortunately for the American subscribers that are in here right now, the interview's in Filipino. I believe it's Tanggali, so you can hear some of the words. Some of the words are like broken English, but you can't really understand exactly what he's saying. But they had subtitles on the video, but I couldn't show everything because I'd get a copyright strike. But I'm gonna go ahead and play really fast what Manny Pacquiao had to say. Hey, what's good with you? Why Not, man? I don't know if you speak Filipino, man. Maybe you can translate exactly what he said for us. But I've already seen the what do you call it? The captions for what they said he said. So I know what it says, but why not try to fill in the audience, man, in the comment section, please? So I'm gonna go ahead and play this piece of audio.
Kung sakaling manalo po kayo bilang presidente ng Pilipinas, paano po yung boxing career niyo? Magbaboxing pa rin po ba kayo?
Boxing career ko, tapos na yung boxing career ko na yun.
Kung sakaling manalo po kayo bilang presidente ng Pilipinas, paano po yung boxing career niyo? Magbaboxing pa rin po ba kayo?
Boxing career ko.
Alright, y'all. So, I don't know if you caught that. I'm a Filipino, bro. So you understand exactly what he said, but I don't know if y'all caught that. Like I said, I saw the closed captionings of the entire video, so I know what he said. He basically said, she asked him if he can run for president and be a boxer at the same time, and he said, my boxing career is over, you know. But she said, if you run for president and win, is your boxing career over? And he said, my boxing career is over. So a lot of people, my boxing career is over. Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people are taking that as Pacquiao said he's retired. That's what he said. Yeah. So I saw, yeah, like I said, I saw the closed captions. Now here's the thing. There's been multiple interviews with Manny Pacquiao that have come out over the past couple of weeks. And that specific one came out in between some other interviews where Pacquiao said he would be willing to fight Ugas again. So this is where the conflict is coming in. And I want to read an article that came out a few hours ago. Hold on. Alright, I want to read an article that came out a few hours ago regarding Manny Pacquiao's retirement. This is from ESPN. And this is from Shane Gibson. Shane Gibson says, in the coming weeks, the senator will decide how he's going to finish his professional boxing career. Gibson said after the fight and recently he's discussed retiring or maybe one more fight. He's just talking out loud about different situations. Until you see it officially come out on his Twitter or Instagram, he isn't retired. Once you see it on a platform like that, it's official. Anything else is just talk about what his thoughts are in the moment. It's coming from him, but it's hearsay. Gibson pointed out that Pacquiao announced he was retired to campaign for the Senate after beating Timothy Bradley in 2016, only to return to the ring 7 months later with a victory over Jessie Vargas. The retirement lasted all of 5 months, with Pacquiao announcing that comeback in September. Pacquiao was set to face Errol Spence Jr. last month, but Ugas stepped in on the 11th day notice. Alright, so one side saying one thing, the other side saying another thing. Now, this is how I feel. I think Shane Gibson knows, he knows best about Pacquiao's career. Because Pacquiao recently signed he signed a contract with Paradigm. He's recently signed a contract with PBC. I think a new contract with PBC. So he knows what's in those contracts. Maybe he knows that Pacquiao owes somebody one more fight or exhibition fight or something to that nature. Now, Pacquiao did say out of his own mouth, hey, my boxing career is done. I really don't know how to take it at this point. I would personally say there's probably going to be one more fight. I think there's going to be one more fight. And I think it's going to be, I would be leaning toward an exhibition at this point. I wouldn't be leaning toward an actual sanctioned bout. I think we might get one more fight, but it might be an exhibition. But like Shane Gibson said, until you see it officially on Pacquiao's Twitter or him announce it officially on his Instagram, it's all hearsay. He's not officially retired yet. And Shane Gibson, for those who don't know, is the president of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, and he has his own promotional company as well. So he definitely would know what's going on with Pacquiao as a business. You know, Pacquiao is a business. He's in the business of boxing, so he knows what's going on with the business side and whether there's actually going to be another Pacquiao fight or he's done with the sport. So, with that being said, I want to know what y'all think, man. We got 6 people in here right now. If you could please hit the like button as you come in. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all need me to play it again, I'll play it one more time for you just so you can hear what Pacquiao said for yourself.
Kung sakaling manalo po kayo bilang presidente ng Pilipinas, paano po yung boxing career niyo? Magbaboxing pa rin po ba kayo?
Boxing career ko, tapos na yung boxing career ko niya.
So, he said it himself. My boxing career is done. It's over. But she did, the way she worded it was, if you win the presidency, is your boxing career over? So I really don't know. I don't know what to think at the moment, man. Let me see what y'all saying. That's what he said. Okay. Why not? I think this is it, bro. This is the time that Manny will retire, because on the interview he also said that he will now focus on developing future boxers here in the Philippines. Yeah, I saw that part too. I watched the entire interview. I just couldn't, for monetization reasons, I can't play the whole thing. So I can only play the exact part where he said my boxing career is over with. So I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on his retirement yet. I think Shane Gibson might be right. He might have just been speaking about what his wishes of his family are, because he did mention in there too some stuff about what his family thinks he should do. It's not just his decision. His family wants him to retire. So I'm not 100% sold yet that he's done, but he said it, but Shane Gibson is saying something totally different. So, we can only go off those two guys' opinion at the moment. And Pacquiao, you would think if he was officially retired, he definitely would have put something up on his Instagram or on his Twitter, because he always announces what's going on with his boxing career, especially through his Twitter, and then later in the day he announces it on his Instagram. So I don't think he's fully retired just yet. He might be leaning more toward retirement than fighting again. But and like he said, until it's official, it's official. It's not official yet. Let's see what y'all think. I think he gonna retire. Sup, gang? What's up, Pac? Man, it's been a while. Where you been at? You been gone for too long, bro. So, how many people? We got 8 people in here right now. How many people think it's official? How many people think it's over with? How many people think that the Ugas fight was the last time we're gonna see Manny Pacquiao in a boxing ring? Hit me up in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think. Because to be 100% honest with you, I don't. Let me read that one more time. See what Shane Gibson said. Okay, in the coming weeks, the senator will decide how he's going to finish his professional boxing career, Gibson said at the fight, and recently he's described retiring or maybe one more fight. He's just talking out loud about different situations. And I completely agree. I think I don't think we've got the full announcement about what Pacquiao's going to do, because I think it could be in Pacquiao's best interest if he does one more fight, especially if he can make that fight in the Philippines and he can place himself against a huge name. Now, a little bit later, I want to touch on what I think Pacquiao might be leaning toward, when it comes to his plans for maybe one more fight in the Philippines. Pac says the way Pac got his recognition from Marco Barrera is just like the same for you guys, but if Pac want a rematch, and win it, does this give him a third legacy? You know what? I think Pacquiao, he's already in the record books for so many things. A third legacy, I don't know, about a third legacy, but he's definitely a one of a kind fighter, man. There was something else that you said in there. Oh yeah, about the rematch. There was something at the end of that article I wanted to read. Okay, it was something I forgot to read at the end of that article. So, Pacquiao was set to face Errol Spence Jr. last month, but you guys stepped in on the 11th, on 11 days' notice. After Spence suffered a detached retina, Pacquiao's contract with Spence included a rematch clause. And, I've been asking about that for a couple of weeks now. And it's crazy. Now that I think about it, it's almost exactly like what I thought. And I'm going to finish the rest of that here in a second. Because I felt like, all of this was a duck, And I felt like Errol Spence got out of the fight because he knew it's a chance he might lose to Pacquiao. And then there's already that rematch clause. So he would have to fight Pacquiao again. And if Pacquiao lost to him, he still would have to fight Pacquiao again. So I think because they didn't want to, risk Errol Spence possibly losing to Pacquiao, or Pacquiao giving Errol Spence a really good fight and then asking for another rematch, I think he just backed out. And you got, like a lot of people have said, you guys knew for weeks and weeks and weeks already he was going to fight Manny Pacquiao and was overly prepared for whatever Pacquiao was going to do. So it's interesting to me now that it's coming out that there was a rematch clause in the Errol Spence Manny Pacquiao contract. But here's the other zinger. So Pacquiao's contract with Spence included a rematch clause in the event he lost. Okay, so if he lost, he was going to get a rematch. And I'm pretty sure if Spence lost, he was going to ask for a rematch. But definitely, even if Pacquiao lost to him, but gave him a good fight, he was going to be able to get that rematch clause. So, okay, so Pacquiao's contract with Spence included a rematch clause in the event he lost. Sources told ESPN, but the deal with Ugas did not. So there is no rematch clause in the Pacquiao Ugas contract. So it makes it even more It makes it seem even more fishy now that Pacquiao, not only did they set Pacquiao up to lose, but they set him up to lose to the guy who he can't get a rematch with. And not only that, but the WBA came out the other day and said, Ugas has to fight his mandatory. He can't just give Manny Pacquiao a rematch. So it just all seems real fishy now, man. It really seems. I really feel like they set Pacquiao up. And not only that, but now we have this that's about to come out. So I want to segment into my next topic here real fast. I'm going to see what y'all saying in the chat, and I'm going to segment into another topic I want to talk about regarding the whole setup of Manny Pacquiao. Not only the rematch, you guys knowing the turmoil within the camp, but now the whole Errol Spence situation. I want to touch on this Errol Spence detached retina situation real quick, but I'm going to see what y'all saying in the chat. This is going to be hard for him. Just the campaign for president is already hard in the Philippines. I feel he will retire, though. His first legacy is the three Mexican greats all the way to the 8th division accomplishment. Second legacy, when he became the oldest welterweight champ. He does have tons of achievements. I completely agree, man. He got tons of achievements. He has nothing to fight for except for pride at this moment, and his love for the sport. And that's exactly what he said. I believe those were his exact words. It's just all for to make himself feel good because he feels like he can still do it, basically. But with all this stuff coming out now, I kind of feel like Pacquiao got set. I mean, I already felt like he was getting set up. I put up the videos about that before the fight, but I'm like 100% sure now because, like I said in one of those videos, if Errol Spence comes back like less than a month after that fight and says I'm ready to go, then I'm gonna feel like it was a complete setup. At the moment, it was kind of like a conspiracy theory, and people probably took it as a conspiracy theory. But now I feel like they just set him up and they just want his old butt out of the way, and this right here is one of the reasons why. Shout out to Showbiz, man. This is something from Showbiz, the adult. I want y'all to watch this real fast and let me know what y'all think.
And they have informed me that Spence was always in good spirits and saw this only as a minor setback, meaning Spence to get back in the gym in preparation for Yordenis Ugas. That's right. With Crawford and Porter fighting November 20th at the Mandalay Bay in Vegas, and Ugas now being the reigning Super WBA champion, Spence is looking to be a 3-belt unified champion, defending his WBC and IBF titles, along with earning the Super WBA title if he can defeat Ugas. Now, Spence versus Ugas is very likely and naturally the match to make. On August 10th, the day Spence received the recommendation for eye surgery, Spence tweeted that he'll be back for the winner for sure. And after Ugas defeated Pacquiao, he told Fox Sports that he'd like to fight Spence next.
So I'm like this, man. I understand that there are injuries in sports all the time, but the timing of all this stuff is completely awkward, man. And at this point, I just really feel sorry for Manny Pacquiao, man. That can possibly be the ending to his historic boxing career, man. That he would get set up, basically to get pushed out of the way. He would get set up to get pushed out of the way because he's too old and too dangerous of a fighter for them to keep risking him against these young fighters they're trying to build up. And just off of what he said and the fact that Errol Spence is kind of like coming back and kind of like gloating in a way, it's making me mad a little bit. Like, it's, to me, I feel like he should have to come back and fight Manny Pacquiao. Like, you backed out at the last minute. A lot of people invested a lot of money in that fight. And now you're trying to skip Pacquiao and go straight to you guys. Now, I'm going to say this too. Because not only is it fishy that there was a contract, there was a rematch clause in the contract for Pacquiao Spence. Spence got out of the fight. There was no rematch clause in Pacquiao Ugas. Pacquiao got beat, on short notice. Now, they're talking about putting Spence Ugas together. And, what does Pacquiao have left at it? It just seems so, it seems so fishy. How he should have to fight Manny Pacquiao, man. It's almost frustrating, man. He should really have to fight Manny Pacquiao. He should not be able to get away with coming back, only being out for like a month and then coming back and fighting you guys. Because, number one, you guys are supposed to have this mandatory fight. If he fights Errol Spence instead of that mandatory fight, I might kick something over, man. Because I'm be like, that's a slap in the face. If he comes back and fights you guys first, and the WBA doesn't force you guys to fight that mandatory opponent, that's a clear slap in the face to Pacquiao fans. Like, we set this all up. He fell for it. Y'all got to live with it. Type of deal. And it sucks, man. As a Pacquiao fan, it really does suck. I don't know how y'all feel, but this super sucks, man. For them to be able to pull some crap like this. And what's even crazier is all the stuff that's going on in Pacquiao's camp. It's like, man, how could y'all let yourself get put in that situation, even in the first place? But let me get to the chat, man. Calm down a little bit, so I get my thoughts together and see what y'all said. You guys said that he's 100% ready for Pacquiao on 10-day notice. It's crazy, right? Fishy. The whole situation with the way they set that fight up is incredibly fishy, man. It reeks of corruption, man, and it reeks of them trying to get rid of Pacquiao, them just wanting Pacquiao out of the way. But what makes me mad is, like, why would y'all even go through all that? Y'all don't even need to sign these fights. Just don't sign up to fight Pacquiao. And then, that would force him to leave the sport. Just nobody fight him. Instead of signing these contracts and then backdooring your way out of it, and then making him look bad if he doesn't take a fight on the last minute notice against a guy he definitely shouldn't be fighting on 2 weeks notice. It's just ridiculous. Let me see what else y'all saying. It's clear that he's LOL. Of course, they set him up. They don't want Pac-Man to be the GOAT, which is, to me, he already is. I just think Americans don't want to lose that GOAT title. LOL. Imagine Philippines has that title. I mean, Pacquiao to me is already the GOAT. He's done more for the sport of boxing than anybody in the past, 10 or 15 years. He's fought the best. He's had some of the best fights. But I guess it's the GOAT of what you're looking for in a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Us Pacquiao fans, we like the action, I guess. And, Mayweather fans, they feel like he's the GOAT of money in boxing. He brought the money into boxing. So he's the GOAT of that. But when it comes to action-packed, actual boxing, actual fights, Manny Pacquiao's the GOAT of that. He's the number one guy you can turn to and say, I might see a knockout in this fight. And that was the allure of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's whole allure and the reason he sold so many pay-per-views was there was almost a guarantee of seeing a knockout in a Tyson fight. And I think people clinged on to Manny Pacquiao in the same way. Like, if you watch a Pacquiao fight, you're probably going to see something spectacular, something you haven't seen in a long time in a boxing ring. And, that's just his allure, So I feel like he's the GOAT, man. He's the GOAT of the last 10 years of boxing. Mayweather's the GOAT of making money in boxing. But those are two different tiers of boxing. And I know some people probably say, well, Mayweather was the best defensive fighter in the world. He never lost. But I think Manny Pacquiao is the greatest all-around boxer ever. He had offense, he had defense, he had knockout power. He had marketability. People love him. He's the all-around product when it comes to a boxer, a fighter. And I think that's what Mayweather lacked. A lot of people didn't like Mayweather's personality. A lot of people didn't like his style of fighting. The only reason Mayweather sold was because a lot of people who didn't like him bought his fights to try to see him lose. and that's marketability. But I don't. His personality, you know, being fan friendly, I don't think all of that is. I don't think he has more than Pacquiao. Now, let me see what y'all saying. Max Plank, what's up, bro? What's up? What's good with you? Why not says, yes, bro. Outside the boxing ring, he inspired so many people, and I think that is greatness. It's not always about you, but it's about the people around you, and that's Manny. Yeah, definitely, man. I think Manny Pacquiao he's definitely the greatest boxer of the last 15 to 20 years, man. And there's no way. I don't think when the record books get open, when the next generation opens the record books and looks at two fighters, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, the best two fighters of this era, and they go back and watch footage, I think if you just read the record books, you're gonna think that Mayweather was the better fighter. But when people actually go back, and this is a visual age. So when people go back and check the record books, they're going to be checking video along with those records. So when they look in the record books, it's gonna look like Mayweather was the better of the two fighters. But when they watch the video, they're going to know Manny Pacquiao was the better of the two fighters. Just because Floyd fights will put you to sleep, and Pacquiao fights are action-packed from beginning to the end, whether he wins or loses. And that's another thing about Pacquiao. You can enjoy a Pacquiao fight as a Pacquiao fan even when he loses. It's not even always about a win or a loss. Pacquiao fights are enjoyable whether he wins them or loses. So, I think he's just all around the best fighter out there. Let's see. Pac says greatest all around boxer. It's hard for me to go all the way for Pac because of Duran. I can't choose. And I'm not saying of all times. I'm just saying of this era. Of this era, when you look back in the record books from like 2000 to 2021, 22, Manny Pacquiao is the best all-around fighter of that era. That's just me. I can't think of another one who you would put in there. I know a lot of people might say Canelo. A lot of people might say, well, Oscar was the best, but Pacquiao beat Oscar. A lot of people gonna say Mayweather was the best, but I don't feel like Mayweather was an all-around fighter. I think Mayweather was defense, was all defense. Max Planck, I agree. Pac says, haha, imagine the new generation watch old vids and see Floyd records and they'll be wow, but then they stumble to Pacquiao's records, they will be they will lose their mind. Exactly. I mean, when you see it visually, when you actually watch the two fighters, you see the difference. There's no way you can sit down and watch 5 Floyd Mayweather fights in a row. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a boxing trainer, a Floyd Mayweather fan, a Flomo, an analyst, somebody who get paid. There's no way you can watch 5 or 6 full Floyd Mayweather fights in a row and not fall asleep. But on the other hand, I could pull 5 Manny Pacquiao. I could pull 10 Manny Pacquiao fights out that you will probably sit and watch in a row just because they're so action packed. And some of them are trilogies, some of them are rematches, but he has a record of great fights, and action packed fights from beginning to end. Some of them he even lost. So, but even in loss, you will want to watch the next fight to see if he came back and won, because it's more interesting. He's more interesting, and to watch than Floyd Mayweather is, man, in a million different ways. So I think when the record books do get open, I really feel like Manny Pacquiao's name is gonna be way above Floyd Mayweather's name. Let's see what y'all saying. Max Plank says, LOL, right? Why not says, hey bro, at Cardinal Red, I want to know what makes you a Manny Pacquiao fan. I saw one of your last vids that Manny inspired your wife in your life. I guess you mentioned your life in so many ways. What made me a Manny Pacquiao fan was actually when he fought Marco Antonio Barrera. I saw him fight Barrera. I think it was the first Barrera fight, because I was a big Barrera fan back then before Pacquiao actually beat him. Well, I think Barrera was the first fight. I think he beat Barrera both of those fights. I had to go back and look. But I watched that Barrera fight, and he basically beat the ish out of Barrera, man. And and as a Barrera fan, I was actually hurt at first, because I'm like, man, he just whooped the crap out of my favorite fighter. But I'm like, dude, this dude is ridiculous. He's cold. His hand speed is ridiculous. His whole boxing style was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous to watch. And then I was actually a Morales fan too. So I think a little while went past, and then I just happened to catch the Pacquiao Morales fight, and he beat the crap out of Morales too. And I was like, man, this guy is something special. He's gonna be the next big thing. And it just so happened that every time I saw him on TV, he would just be beating the crap out of somebody. So I just started watching him from that point. And he became my favorite. When he took down Barrera, he became my favorite fighter. But when he took down Morales, I knew I was watching somebody special. And I just been following Pacquiao ever since. I really, really got into him. I think after the Cotto fight and the Margarito fight was when I really started looking at his old fights. Though I started going back and watching his older fights just to see how special some of the fights I had missed, how special he really was. And I would just sit up late night. I would sit up all night long watching Manny Pacquiao videos. Watching Pacquiao footage, watching Pacquiao's old fights, watching him beat these guys to death. And it just something just clicked in me, like, man, this guy is the best fighter I've ever seen. And then when people started turning on him, I decided to make a YouTube channel because there was no other voice out there talking about how special Pacquiao was. I'm like, man, this guy hasn't lost any skills. He hasn't changed. Why don't any other channels recognize him as the best fighter ever? He's the best fighter I've ever seen in my life, to be honest with you. But a lot of y'all mention that in the chat all the time about the American audience and Americans not wanting him to be the GOAT, the greatest of all time. It is. Listen, Americans want everything to be based off of America. Anything outside of America, they feel like it's wrong, or it's third worldish, or America wants their champions to be Americans, and it's unfortunate, man, because a lot of times the real best don't get highlighted in America. The best of something doesn't always get highlighted over here and get the spotlight. And it's almost ridiculous, man. It's almost ridiculous. And boxing at this point is almost ridiculous because it's become so racial, and this segment of boxing fans don't want to interact with this segment. This guy is the best because he's black, or he got the most fans, or he makes the most money. It has nothing to do with actual boxing talent anymore. What's his name? Ryan Garcia is one of the most popular fighters, not because of what he's done in the boxing ring, but because he has so many Instagram followers. Jake Paul sells more pay-per-views than anybody, and he's not even putting on real sanctioned fights. It's the whole sport of boxing is ridiculous at this point. But it shows you how far they've gotten away from the essence of boxing, and they're trying to just keep up with MMA. They're trying to keep the legacy of boxing alive, while MMA and WWE are just ripping up the rankings, and they're tearing up the ratings every day. But boxing, nobody wants to watch boxing anymore because Mayweather made it boring. You don't have to fight anybody. You can go fight a bunch of bums and make a lot of money as long as you're entertaining outside of the ring. And that now, it's crazy because now the most famous boxer in the world is Jake Paul. The most famous boxer in the world is Jake Paul. Like, what boxing fans like psyche or mental is that even? How's that even possible? Like, but it shows you the state of boxing, man. It shows you the state of boxing, how sorry it is. How much these guys are ruining the sport every day by not fighting the best, not fighting the best. But I don't want to rant on forever about that. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Pac was like a cat. He survived death many times only to regain the title. He's definitely, man, the cat of of boxing, because he, especially back in the day, he was doing things like cats from different angles and jumping all around. It was amazing to watch, man. He said, I watched all Pac-Man fights. I don't even remember anymore all the boxers he fought. First time I watched him was he was fighting in the Philippines. The first time I saw him was the first time I ever saw him was ESPN Friday Night Fights. A long time ago. And I believe it was the fight where they said they messed his name up. But I don't think I watched the whole fight. And, I didn't really know who, because like I just said, in America, they don't build you up until you're a superstar. So I didn't really know who he was. But when he fought Barrera, you had to know who he was, because he just beat the crap out of my favorite fighter. So I had to know who he was at that point. And then when he took down, like I said, Morales, then he was the man by that point. Let me see what y'all saying. I'm just saying what y'all saying. I think it was the Australian guy who punched too many low blows. Have you watched his movie, bro? I think it was released 2015. The narrator of Manny's movie is Liam Neeson. No, I've always wanted to watch it, but I've never gotten around to watch. You know why? Because it's a documentary, and I feel like if I start watching Pacquiao's documentaries, then his boxing career is over. Because if all I got to watch is Pacquiao documentaries, that means I ain't never going to get another Pacquiao fight. So I don't want to watch it until he's officially retired. And I know by then there'll probably be everybody's going to be coming out with official Pacquiao, documentaries once he's fully retired. But I really don't, because I don't want to feel like he's retired yet. So I'm not watching it until he's fully retired. Nobody give me no spoilers about what's in it or none of that. I don't want to know until I sit down and watch it. Let's see what y'all saying. Max Planck says, I'm not so sure about that Cardinal Red. Manny is loved in America, U.S. But it's not the same type of love as a Floyd fan gets. A Floyd fan gives to Floyd. I know a lot of American Pacquiao fans. But, and this is from an African American perspective too. I'm black. But a lot of them like Pacquiao, but they all think that Mayweather's better. And it's only because he lost. They don't ever base it off because he didn't lose. They don't ever base it off of when I talk to black Mayweather fans or Pacquiao fans, they always say Mayweather's better because he never lost. But they never base it on actual boxing ability. They never based it on the stats or, punches thrown or who has the hardest this or who does this specific boxing skill better. It's always, Pacquiao got this many losses and Mayweather never lost. They don't say, here's the difficulty of our strength of schedule. Who have you fought? This is how many champions Mayweather's fought, or how many champions Pacquiao's fought, or Pacquiao fought this guy at this time, and it's never based off actual boxing skill or actual stats. It's always based off just the Pacquiao lost, Mayweather never lost, so that makes Mayweather better. When you talk to a boxing fan in America, and you ask them the question, who's better, Mayweather or Pacquiao, they're going to say Mayweather's better because Mayweather never lost. And, I don't feel like that's true. I think when you look at their actual legacies, especially if you watch their fights, you're going to instantly see that Pacquiao's the better of the two fighters. Because you're going to fall asleep after about 2 Mayweather fights, you're going to fall asleep. After about 4 Pacquiao fights, you're going to be up frying chicken and cheering. And these are old fights. You already know who won. You still going to be cheering. All right, let's see what y'all saying. I watched the movie. Too. LOL. I heard some of his songs also. Haha. Not again. Not gonna lie. Just one done deal. I'm definitely gonna watch it. I don't know when, but I'll definitely watch it. Haha. Yeah. Pac-Manny is just a good man. Fun guy. Let me see. Cats have 9 lives. They say damn Pac lost 9 times in the record. Netflix has Pac-Man movie. I got access to it. I just never watched it yet, man. I'm definitely gonna watch it. LOL, but it's good. Let's see. Championship matches should be contracted for a best of 3 type. Yeah, I agree with that. It should be the best out of 3. Mayweather wins, but loses the people. Definitely, Mayweather. That's because most of his fans are not actually his fans. They only tuned in because they want to see him lose, and they want him to shut up. But they wanted him to shut up. So, but he figured that out. That was good, marketing on his point. I will say that. I will always say that about Mayweather. He was the best marketing boxer ever in history. He knew how to market himself. Once he found out what Vince McMahon was doing, and learned the how to play the role of a villain, then he made millions of dollars. But I don't think that should be mistaken for actual boxing skill. Just because you made the most money and you never lost. Because there's a chance Jake Paul might not never lose. But does that mean he's the best boxer ever? Let's say Jake Paul never lost in his whole career. Let's say he had 50-something fights. But he only fought a bunch of nobody B-list celebrities, like old basketball players and stuff. Let's say he fought me. I'm one of them 50 people. Would that make him the actual best fighter ever? It's crazy to me, man. It's crazy we even having this conversation. I thought the best Floyd did was Pac was a draw. With Pac was a draw. I would accept a draw with Pacquiao. I would have accepted a draw. I actually think Pacquiao won by a point, but I would have took a draw, and at that point they would have had to have a rematch. But it is what it is, man. You know, we can't harp on the Mayweather fight. Laugh my if you watch Pac versus Marquez last fight, even though he lost, that fight is better than any Floyd fight. Exactly, that's my point, man. When people go back and check the visual record books, they're definitely gonna see that Pacquiao was the better of the two fighters. There's no question about it. When you compare a Floyd fight versus a Pacquiao fight, Manny Pacquiao's the more exciting. He has the better fights all around. You know, they're more watchable than Mayweather fights. And I think that's what makes a good boxer. That's just my personal opinion. Max, I stopped buying Floyd fights after that decade debacle with Marquez. Floyd didn't even make weight. Alright, fact says, Jake Paul, best amateur boxer. Laugh my ass, amateur go. But ain't that crazy that he's the most popular fighter in the boxer in the world right now? He is the most popular boxer in the world right now, and it makes my head hurt. Even saying that really makes my head hurt. But it is what it is. It's a sign of the times. You know, the world's changing. Boxing's changing along with it. The fan bases are changing. I'm starting to think I need to go get a cape and start doing backflips and screaming at the screen so I can get more of y'all to watch. And maybe I'll go outside and, you know, get one of my friends to film me fighting a bum or something. So more people will watch. I can say I'm a YouTuber who fights bums, you know. I'm a YouTuber who knocks out bums, literally. So, but it is what it is. I won't hate on Jake Paul, man. A lot of people, some of y'all like Jake Paul. It's a sign of the times. Times are changing. You know, we getting pushed aside. The legends are getting pushed aside. The old goats are getting pushed aside, and it's time for a new day, man. But I do want to touch on one more topic. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat before we almost been out here for an hour. Oh man, let me see what y'all saying. I did too. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on, y'all. We got something's happening. Man, I brought something up I should have brought up. I don't know how to do it. Let's see. Hold on. No, I don't see more. Go away. So, what you doing? Stop that. Man, this computer, man, it does what it wants to do sometimes. Alright, so he's the most popular boxer who is not even fighting real boxers. Exactly. How about Cardinal Red versus Johnny Boy for charity? Who is Johnny Boy? I never heard of Johnny Boy. Cardinal Red, have you ever been in the Philippines? If not, where do you want to go first? I mean, what place do you want to go to? I've never been out of the U.S. I've never even been on an airplane, to be honest with you, man. So, definitely have never been to the Philippines. You know, it'll be a long swim, a long boat ride over to the Philippines for me. Where would I go first? I think I would probably go fishing. I'm pretty sure the fishing over there is amazing. I would find the best fishing spot over there. Y'all gotta take me fishing in the Philippines, man. I want to catch something big. I want to fish this big. I want to catch something that big. So if I ever go to the Philippines, y'all gotta take me fishing first. He does what you do, boxing talk. I'm gonna look him up, Johnny Boy. I'm gonna look. Oh, I'm gonna look him up now. Is that his YouTube name, Johnny Boy? Oh man, y'all crazy. I'm gonna look him up now. See what it look like. Johnny Boy. Oh, Johnny Boy boxing. Okay, we looking up John. I don't know, man. Johnny Boy looks kind of tough. I don't know if I want to mess with him. He looks pretty okay. I like his thumbnails. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I don't know. Are you Johnny Boy? Is that your channel? Max Plank is that? Are you actually Johnny Boy? No, just. I don't know. You know, would I ever fight another YouTuber? It would depend on the YouTuber. I definitely have been to a few gyms. When I was doing the workout videos, some guy came on one of my videos, and he was a local dude at some gym, and he was like, "Man, come to my gym, and I bet you won't make it out." So he was basically challenging me, but he never told me what gym he was at. So nothing never came of that. But I met a few tough fighters from Louisville. There's one guy who I interviewed, and I might redo his interview and put it out again. But he's a young kid, and he's real tough, man. He's the Golden Glove champion from Louisville, so you know he's a pretty tough guy. I watched him spar with another kid from Louisville who's really tough, and you know they was going to war. I got a little bit of their footage. I should put it out there, but I don't know if I ever put it out. I don't know if his coach wants me to put it out, so I'd actually have to get permission first. Let me see what y'all saying. Then we're gonna get to the last segment. Okay. Get over there and introduce yourself. Get you some fans. It might be too late for that now, Max, man. It might, you know, if Pacquiao's actually retired, man, you know, I'm hoping he's not, but if Pacquiao's actually retired, I don't know. You know, nobody, you know, the problem is YouTube doesn't send my videos out to the Philippines anymore. Since there's so many Filipino boxing channels now, they're not sending me any more of the Filipino traffic. So it's been hard. The only traffic I get from the Philippines are the people that's already subscribed. So I don't know why they're doing that, but they're not sending me a lot of, man, pretty much 90% of my traffic about a year or two, it was all coming from the Philippines. But I guess they changed the algorithm again, and that they're not sending me that traffic anymore. So I don't know how many people in the Philippines still remember me, man. I recommend you I don't know what you meant by that. Yes, I would like to recommend you. I don't know what you're trying to say there, bro. Bro, his number one fans of Pac-Man. He's number one. Johnny Boy, you know, I'll definitely go over and check him out, man. I just saw his channel. I might subscribe to his channel, man. He seems like a pretty cool guy. Looks like he does Pacquiao content. So, yeah, Johnny is cool. Okay, so a lot of y'all watch him. Let me make sure I got the right one. Johnny Boy's Combat. Is that the right one? Johnny's Combat. Johnny's Combat Talk. Yeah, I'm definitely I'll definitely check him out. When I get off here, I'm gonna go check him out. All right, y'all. So let's get to the last little segment, man. Before I get off here, it's been over an hour now. So will Manny Pacquiao's last fight be in the Philippines? And I'm saying last fight because I'm not giving up hope just yet that he's gonna fight one more time. And I think I'm kind of leaning on his last fight might be a exhibition fight. And I actually think he might end up fighting the guy we were just joking about in a huge exhibition fight over in the Philippines. What do y'all think about Manny Pacquiao fighting this guy?
YouTubers have been getting into boxing lately, like Jake Paul, Logan Paul. They've been. Would you ever box Jake Paul?
It depends.
It depends on money.
No, the money is about how we fix and negotiate the venue and the date.
Okay, YouTubers.
All right, y'all. So, what do y'all think about Pacquiao versus one of the Pauls over in the Philippines? Whether it's Jake Paul or Logan Paul, I don't know if Logan Paul would fight him, but I definitely think Pacquiao versus Jake Paul in the Philippines would be humongous for Pacquiao. And listen, he's running for president. You know, he definitely always could use more money when you're running for president. If he could somehow pull that off, which I don't think Jake Paul would turn him down at all, if it was brought up to him like, hey, would you fight Jake Paul? Would you fight me in the Philippines? I think Jake Paul would actually jump on that too. I think that he's one of the few fighters who would actually fight Pacquiao in the Philippines. Basically because it won't be a real fight. It'll be an exhibition. But I think because there's probably no way Spence will go over there. There's probably no way Crawford would go over there. There's probably no way Floyd Mayweather will ever go over there. Other than Jordania's Ugas, I do feel like Ugas would fight Pacquiao in the Philippines. But with this Errol Spence situation, his mandatory situation, I just don't know. But then you got a wild card. You got Jake Paul or Logan Paul. Why not do an exhibition with the most famous fighter in the world, Logan Paul? You know, in the Philippines. You think that would sell? Do you think he could actually make money off of that fight if that was to happen? And why not? Why not? Go out. Why not go out with a bang, man? You're gonna make billions. He would make so much money off that fight, it would be ridiculous. Even though it's not a real fight, he would make a lot of money off of that. Let me see what y'all saying. He a little rough, but brutally honest. Yep, that's it. That's him. Ha ha ha. About Sir Ed Carter Real versus Punch Boxing. That would be interesting. I have seen Punch Drunk Boxing before. I don't know what weight class he's in, but I guess it would be an interesting. I would like him to fight Chris Paul, another Paul. Even though Pac would be the really, really smaller guy, Pac would too much skill wins that. I think so too. I think Pacquiao would actually beat him. He can't beat him up, but I think he would outpoint him pretty easily. I think Logan Paul's would probably make Logan Paul look really, really bad as a fighter. And probably Jake Paul too, Logan Paul definitely. Jake Paul, he's so big and slow. I don't see him actually even having a chance of connecting on Pacquiao too much. Laugh my off. Pac should fight twice on a same night for an exhibition. That would be interesting. LOL at Pac. Drake versus Pac. Unfinished. Is Pacquiao the real certified lover boy? Pac can do what he wants. Who else made fun of Pac's voice? I pay to see YouTube boxing boxing talkers box. Cardinal Red versus Fan. Fannon's a little old, man. I don't know if Fannon would want to get in the ring. You know, that might be a little that might be asking for it a little bit. Who would I actually fight? Who if I could fight a YouTuber? Who would I actually fight? Let me think. And then we had to be in the same weight class. So I would never try to fight somebody outside my weight class. Let me see other boxing YouTubers. I think me and Ellie Setback would probably be in the same weight class. But the problem with that fight, I think Ellie's had actual training. He's had actual real boxing training before, so I don't know if that's a fair fight. But I would take him on. I would. If somebody put up, a whole $10 and they could talk to Ellie, get Ellie to do it, I would do an exhibition with Ellie. I think I could beat Ellie. I think I would actually beat Ellie. I think I'm a little faster than Ellie is. But other than Ellie Setback, let me think. Let me give you one more. Other than Ellie, who else is popular? You know who I would fight? All right. Even though he's way bigger than I am, he's probably like 2 weight classes bigger than I am. I would definitely fight Showbiz. I think I would definitely want to fight. Cause I don't think he can box at all. By the way he acts, I don't think he can box. No disrespect to Showbiz, but I think I would beat Showbiz in a 5-round. Let me see, what would it have to be? In a 5-round exhibition, I think I could beat Showbiz. Straight up, I think I'd take him. What y'all think about that? Me versus Showbiz. Let me see what y'all saying. Remember when Drake was singing just like... I think that's what made Drake so famous, was making fun of Pacquiao. That's when he became famous. King James says Cardinal Red versus Dante. Dante's Boxing Nation. I said that before. I would actually no, not Dante. I said not Dante. What's his name? God, I can't think of his name. Man, what is his name? I can't think of his name. I had to tell y'all tomorrow. But there was one other guy, and he's been a Pacquiao. He used to do a lot of Pacquiao content back in the day too. I just can't think of his name. But Dante's Boxing Nation, I don't know what weight class he's in, but I definitely. What is your class? I'm 135. I can make 140. I would have to. I used to be like 155, 160, but I can't. I gotta eat so much to make that. It's ridiculous. And so I'm like naturally 135, around 135, 140. So whoever I fight would have to be like in the 140 weight class. The only people I know that do YouTube who's in that weight class is like Ellie, and then the guy I'm trying to think of, but I can't think of his name. But that's funny. Imagine if Pac throws a punch like the way he punched Ricky Hatton, and this time Jake Paul is the receiver. I definitely don't think Jake Paul or Logan Paul could stand, but I think there's a possibility that that could happen just as an exhibition. That would a Pacquiao Floyd exhibition would do really good in the Philippines, but I don't ever see that happening. But a Pacquiao Jake Paul exhibition could actually happen, and because what's his name, Conor McGregor, they were supposed to have an exhibition, and since he's gotten beat up so many times, Thunderdome, there you go, that's who it is, Thunderdome. You hit it right on the you hit it right on the head, man. Thunderdome boxing. I think we would have a slobber knocker, to put it like JR would say. I think he's right. He's probably the only other one who's in my weight class. He might be a little bit heavier than I am. He might be like 140, 145, 150. But definitely, I would go toe to toe with Anthony. That's his name, Anthony from Thunderdome Boxing. He used to always do a lot of Pacquiao boxing talk back in the day, man. Hey, man, yeah, no disrespect Thunderdome, man. Anthony's been cool. He always done Pacquiao boxing talk. Anthony was cool, man. Y'all don't disrespect Anthony like that, man. He was cool, bro. These are all jokes, by the way, man. We not serious about this, in no way. Except for about showbiz. I would fight showbiz. Oh, oh man, let me see what else y'all say. What y'all saying? I got a headache. Shit, I'm in. Cardinal Red versus Ego. Who is Ego? I don't even know who that one is. Why not? I think he probably going to get amnesia. Don't knock out showbiz. Boxing. Oh, boxing Ego. Okay, I know you're talking about that. But like I said, I don't know what weight class showbiz is. He might beat me up. He might be 100 pounds heavier than I am. I don't know. But definitely him. If I could have one actual real exhibition, I think me and showbiz could put on a pretty good fight. I think me and ES News will put on a pretty good fight. The only problem is I don't have enough subscribers, so they would never fight me. I gotta get I think if we can get to 50,000 subscribers, they might fight me. If I can get to 50,000 subscribers, we might be able to put that together. Let's see. How about BFTB? Oh, best fight the best. Oh man, y'all talking about the guy who tried to clown on the big homie Caps, man. I think BFTB would be a better fight with Caps. I think Caps would beat the ish out of him. Actually, I would put my money I put my money on Caps versus anybody in the boxing community. Yeah, I would put my money on Caps and Full G to beat the whole YouTube boxing community. Knockout, first round, everybody in 1 week. He'll fight one boxing talk analyst every day for a week, and I bet he'll knock all of them out. But best fight the best. I think he's a little bit bigger than I am. He might be 160, 170, somewhere around there. He's a lot taller than I am, so I don't know, man. I would need a good strategy for that fight. BBTV, I never heard of that one. Laugh my ass, Thunderdome smoke too much. All you gotta do is let him punch is let him punch for 20 seconds. After that, go for the kill. And you know what? I did notice that he freebases cigarettes, man. He do need to slow down on the cigs a little bit. But I see that fight, Pac. I see that fight playing out the exact same way you just said. I'm gonna let him punch himself out for about 8 seconds. after he's winded, I'm gonna go for the okie doke. Cardinal Red versus Al Heyman. Now that's a good fight. I would I would definitely win that fight 100%. I don't think there's nothing Al Heyman could do. I would knock his hairline straight. I'd knock Al Heyman's hairline straight. Put it that way. And he got a lot of money too, so I'd be his friend after I beat him up. Thunderdome said he's about 170. Ain't no way Thunderdome is 170 pounds. I can't believe that. I can't believe that one. Do it for charity. At least imagine the subs you would get. Interesting, yeah. Interesting. I have been thinking about sparring, maybe one of my friends and recording it, putting it on the channel, just to see what my skill level is. I haven't sparred anybody since probably like I was a kid, like when we used to slap box each other and stuff. It's been a long time. I've had a few fights as adults. Well, I ain't gonna bring those up. Yeah, Cap. That guy has movement combos. Blue Blood TV, BBT. Oh, okay. Blue Blood TV. Okay. I know who he is. Captain Fool is huge guy. He's the Tyson in YouTube. Definitely, man. When you know what's crazy? Captain Full G, he's been subscribed to me for a long time, and we used to always talk. And I never went to his channel because I didn't know he had content. Because I used to get a lot of comments, like I said, from like Filipino people. And for a while, I thought he was a Filipino. But then when he hit me up and we was actually talking and I saw who he was, I'm like, oh, I thought it was Mike Tyson at first. I'm like, man, is that Mike? Have I been talking to Mike Tyson this whole time? And then, we just started, getting cool, man. Caps and Full G, he's a real dude, man. I really like Caps, man. He's a real one, man. But yeah, I put my money on him any day of the week. Anybody in the YouTube Boxing Talk community, I put my money behind Caps and Full G. He gonna knock everybody out. Let me see what y'all say. I would like you to knock out. Yo, Cardinal gift up the rope. Definitely. Hey, I don't think now we gonna leave it there, but we ain't gonna keep it. I ain't gonna keep insulting these people. It's funny though. Make it. Why not laugh my ass? You can't even find him. I don't even know if he exists. Cardinal Red versus Ellerby. Interesting. I don't know. He has real boxing skills, I think. Hang up a heavy bag and let us see you get after it. I drop a super chat for that. See, you must not have been you must not have been subscribed for long enough, Plank, man. You must not watch my old videos. I got a bunch of old videos of me working out and doing boxing work. Go look at my playlist, man. You gotta go back about a year. But them videos are there. I've been thinking about doing some more workout videos. I just haven't done it in a while. But believe me, Max, man, go check those out, man. They're about. I think I got a playlist of workout videos. So you just look through my playlist. You'll find them. I got a whole boxing gym in my basement, man. I just ain't got the time to really work out right now. Why not? At Pac, Al Heyman is the man behind the voice in Big Brother. Huh. Pac says Capsule Full G will make us rich. Let's go. Exactly, man. Caps, I think Caps can really get in the ring and do some damage, man. We gotta get this guy motivated, man, so we can all get rich. He's the real. I think Caps and Full G might actually be Mike Tyson's long lost twin brother. So we gotta figure out how to get him in the boxing ring, man. Y'all let me know how we work this out. Okay, cool. Did you ever get that alternator changed? Man. You probably talking about the Arcadia, man. I actually had like 3 trucks since then, man. It's been crazy. I had to talk to you behind the scenes about that, man. Pac, I was working out on boxing while I'm geeked out. I was shadowing for an hour. Hey, man, I like working out, man, but since I work outside and it be real hot, I don't want to overdo it. I'm already sweating out pints and pints and pints of water every day just doing my work. So I don't want to do that and then turn around and be working out for an hour or 2 hours. So when I stop working, I will start making more workout videos. Just because I won't be working out in the winter. You know, I won't be outside working. So definitely look out for that, man. Alright, man. We've been on here for over an hour. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add before I get out of here, man? I gotta go find me something to eat. Chill out. What y'all want to talk about tomorrow, man? What should the topic be tomorrow? Hopefully there'll be some good news from Team Pacquiao. Maybe he'll announce that his whatever his next fight is. I was working. We want to see you hit that bag live, bro. You want to hear something funny? So, when I was working out real heavy last year, I would actually go live for my workouts, but for some reason, YouTube wasn't sending it out to anybody. So I go live. I'd be down and working out for like an hour, and I'm like, man, I ain't getting no views. So one day I went, because I was going live off of my phone. I went and I looked at, I went into the settings, and I looked at the settings. I'm like, oh man, I'm not even sending this out to no. So I was doing lives for like a week, and I wasn't sending because I had a new phone and I didn't set it to send it out to everybody. YouTube just wasn't sending it to nobody, so it was getting frustrating, and I just stopped doing it. So, but when I went and looked at the settings, I'm like, no wonder why nobody was seeing it. I wasn't sending it out to nobody. But by the time I figured it out, I had already stopped working out. I was back working, so. But definitely, if y'all want to see some live workout videos, man, we can do that one day. I'll make some time for that. Captain Full G, aka Boogeyman, definitely, bro. Captain Full G is one of them type of dudes. If you saw him walking down the alley at 4:00 in the morning, you would probably start running. You would probably start running because you think your pockets are about to get ripped off, man. You think he about to snatch your pockets, go like this. But that's my dog, though, man. Shouts out to Cap, man. Definitely, man. If I ever get rich, you know he gonna be right next to me. All right, let's see what y'all saying. Captain Full G, the real John Wick in boxing. We want to see you hit that bag with the body of Hal Heyman in it. It's like a live punch. Definitely, man. I got two heavy bags. I got a speed bag. I got the reflex bag. I got weight benches. I definitely will. Give me about a month, man. About a month, and I can start putting those together again. Want to study fight movements? LOL. Hey, bro, Cardinal Red. I'll update you if you're there. Any updates in Manny Pacquiao? Definitely we're gonna do some updates tomorrow. I gotta figure out what's going on. Check the news, see what the headlines are, man, and definitely try to be back on here tomorrow, man. This was a fun one right here. The fact says if you see Caps walking around at 4 in the morning, just say sorry for being this. Hey, if you see Caps at 4 in the morning, he asks you for $5. You better have $5. You better have $5 in your pocket. You better pray that you got $5 in your pocket, man. Oh man, straight up. What you bench, huh? Now, I haven't done it in a while. At my best, when I was probably probably like 19, 18, 19. I was benching like I think like 180, 190, somewhere around 200 at my best. That was at my best, 1 or 2 reps. I went up, and I was like 160 around that time. So this was a while ago, man. Now, since I don't really do a lot of weightlifting, my best would probably be like 110, 120. I could probably get that like once. Definitely not pulling those sick numbers right now. I haven't worked out in a long time though. But at my best, probably like I could probably get like 200, maybe one time. Now, I mainly focus on curling now. I don't do a lot of bench press. I just got me another weight bench, so I haven't bench pressed in a long time. But I do got a weight bench now, so I can do some bench pressing. And then it's hard to find and I've been looking for weights, but when you go to Walmart here, they don't have them. We're not getting a lot of product at our Walmarts. So it's hard for me to get the actual weights to put on the bar, the big bar I got. So I got to order some off of Amazon because I can't get them at Walmart because it's just hard to get. I don't know. They're not shipping in as much product as they used to be. But yeah, I don't do as much weight. Because I didn't have a weight bench, I wasn't doing as much bench pressing. I was doing a whole lot of curling. But I can curl probably. In the last 2 years, I think my best curl was like 85 pounds, somewhere around there. Like a dead curl, like boom, boom, like 85 with the bar. Let's see what y'all saying. I used to power lift when I was younger. Yeah, I definitely haven't done no power lifting. But my best lift ever was a deadlift, and I think I deadlifted. I think it was like almost 300 pounds. And this was when I was younger too. I got that like twice on a deadlift, like pick it up, drop it, pick it up again. I got stronger. My legs are way stronger than my upper body is. So I could probably do powerlifting more than I could do bench pressing. Hey Red, I just do push-ups. Push-ups are good, man. I don't know how many push-ups I could do right now. That was my favorite lift. I used to do a lot of deadlifting for some reason. I don't know why I like doing that, but I just used to like doing that for some reason. Just to see how much, because deadlift you can lift. For some reason I can lift a whole lot more in a deadlift than I can, in a bench. I think everybody can. A deadlift is just because you can max yourself out on a deadlift. So I would always like to max myself out to see how much weight can I actually pick up. So I would just shove all the weights on there, all the weights we had in the house, and see if I could actually lift this. And sometimes I would get it, sometimes I would struggle. But, I think I've had some real good deadlifts in my life. Probably for my size, I probably had some real good deadlifts. Alright, y'all, man. My voice is going out. We've been on here for over an hour. It's been a great stream, man. Just to recap, according to Shane Gibson, Manny Pacquiao is not retired just yet. So, we'll leave it there until any new news drops, man. When I was in the Army, I did 200 push-ups straight a day. Wow. That's impressive, man. That's impressive. I can't remember what's my best rep on push-ups. I never really did a lot. I never liked doing push-ups. But when I do push-ups, like recently when I've been doing them with a weight vest. And it makes them a whole lot harder. maybe tomorrow, if we go live tomorrow, I'll add some of my if y'all want me to, I'll show y'all some of the workout footage that I had over the past year. I got some footage that I never put out, so maybe I'll show y'all some of that footage. See what y'all think. See what y'all think about my boxing skills. I would show y'all now, but it's not on here. It's not set up to show, so I had to set it up tomorrow. Man, it's been fun. We still got 12 people in here, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through. It's been an interesting conversation. For the ones who didn't see the beginning, you can always rewind it, go back to the beginning, watch it over, find out the latest news about Pacquiao and the other shenanigans going on within his boxing career and political career. 105 in 2 minutes, for real. The fitness test in the Army. Wow. Tris805, what's good with you, bro? Before this stream ends, if I saw Caps in full G and ask him 5, I'll ask and ask me 5, I'll give him. Oh man, y'all silly, man. I don't know what Cap's been at today. He ain't come. Man, I did it again. He didn't come through today. But he's out there doing this thing. I gotta get him back on the show, man. Y'all love Caps. We love Caps. I definitely gotta get him back on the show. Right on. I'll get you next time, Red. Definitely, Trish. Salute, man. Alright, y'all, man. We about to be out of here, man. Y'all take it easy. Like I said, I'll try to throw some workout footage in there tomorrow. For whatever topic I'm doing, man. Y'all definitely stay tuned, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Rewind it if you missed it, man. Rewind it if you missed it. It's your boy Cardinal Red, and we are out of here.
Louisville, home of the best scrapper. Also, home of the best rapper. Flow dapper, here's another chapter. Ride through, attack you, ride away your laughter. This is what I'm after, blowing on that rapper. Purple Dro, keep a bunch to blow. I don't serve it though, murder flow. If it goes down, I'm the first to know. Y'all niggas late, like the Coney show. Overdose, overload, sharp flow, leave him with the open throat. Lewis Keys, cool as Nova Scotia snow. Puff a blunt, poke a hole, nigga, you supposed to know. Lewis Keys, blowing blunts on the open road. Fuck a cop, fuck a speed limit, drive overdose. Keep a bad bitch, hips wide like Oprah's nose. And you know that I'm a fool, my freestyle's wet, I'm floating in the pool. You should pay your tuition, you're going to my school. Principal keys, you niggas getting held back. Fuck them little sacks, you can have your bread back. No refund, well here the G's come. Hit your ass up, leave you with your fucking head crack.
Louisville, Kentucky, 502. Louisville, Kentucky, 502. Louisville, Kentucky, 502. Louisville, Kentucky, 502. Louisville, Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, 502. Louisville, Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, 502.
Louisville, Kentucky, 502. That's where I'm from, player, how about you? I'm from the city where the hate is familiar. I'm from the city where the haters will kill ya. I'm from the city where they like to gamble. Dice game, get robbed, niggas to scramble. Head for the hills, nigga, duck and dive. No bullshit, no shuck and jive. I know a lot of guys got shot and died. A lot of good guys didn't see 25. Recognize it's a blessing being alive. Heading to the park, I'm on the passenger side. Like
Louisville, Kentucky, 502. Louisville, Kentucky, 502.
every night's game set. We ballin' like the playoffs. We ballin' like the playoffs. We ballin' like game
Game 7. Game 7. Every day the Super Bowl. Every night Game 7. We ballin' like the playoffs. I walk in with my homie. Walk out with your baby mama's home key. I can tell she want it. Fat booty, so you know a nigga own it. I'm such a OG. Last time I checked, my verses were for OZ. In the street. Plus I got caught up with the beats. And I'm still spitting that heat. KY is in for a treat. The club looking for a freak. Hope they don't call the police. Every day the Super Bowl. Every day's a Super Bowl. Every night's Game 7. We ballin' like the playoffs. We ballin' like the playoffs. We ballin' like Game 7. Game 7. Every day the Super Bowl.